What's good, y'all? On this episode, we're going to be talking about who's next for Jerron Boots Ennis. We're going to talk about the alphabet rankings, how that plays a part in it, and we're going to see who step up to the plate. Coming up. Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Galaxy Sports Supreme Podcast. I'm your host, AP. Please like, subscribe, and for sure hit that bell icon. So today I want to talk about, the realistic look at who's next for Boots. I want to talk about the alphabets, the rankings. They got a lot to do with it. And I just want to, essentially rank my top 6 opponents for Boots based on rankings and everything like that, because believe it or not, it has a lot to do with it. So we're going to start off with the WBC. Boots is the number 1 ranked in the WBC. Interim is Ortiz, and the champion is Fundora. So that has a great shot at being next if Ortiz signs his part of the contract. Now, let's look at the WBA. Boots is the interim champion at the WBA. The champion in the WBA is Abbas Baru, who beat Tellis. So Boots is absolutely next up in line to fight Abbas if he wants it. Now let's take a look at the IBF with Bakram. Now Bakram is the IBF champion, but to this day Boots is ranked number 5 in the IBF rankings. He's actually behind Callum Walsh and also Josh Kelly. Slots 1 and 2 are vacant. So Boots is ranked number 5 in the IBF. All right. Again, behind Callum Walsh and also Josh Kelly, and the number 1 and 2 slots are vacant. Now, last but not least, we got the WBO with Xander Zayas. Boots is ranked number 2 with the WBO, all right, behind Josh Kelly. Now, the sanctioning bodies and the rankings have a lot to do with everything. For example, with the IBF and Bakram, they have to move Boots up to the number 1 contender to make that fight. And right now, he's number 5. WBC, Boots is number 1. WBA, Boots is the interim. So just looking at the rankings and just being realistic, to me, it's definitely the WBC with Ortiz. Now, the number 2 fighter, based on the rankings, would definitely be the WBA with Abbas, because Boots is the interim. So if Ortiz doesn't sign his contract, I actually think Abbas Baru, pardon me if I messed up the name, I think that will be the fight. Third on the list would be Lubin. If Lubin pulls off the win, and I'm not even going to call it an upset, I think Lubin is an outstanding fighter, battle-tested, of course, can box, can bang. I think he's going to give Ortiz a ton of issues. I think he could get the win, for sure. So behind Ortiz, if Ortiz win, and Abbas Baru, I think Lubin, if Lubin wins, I think he'd be ranked number 3 to get the fight. Number 4, I would say Xander Zayas, because, again, Boots is ranked number 2 with the WBO behind Josh Kelly. They will have to make Boots the number 1 contender for Xander Zayas for that fight to happen. And right now, Josh Kelly is ranked number 2. Ranked number 1. Boots is number 2 behind Josh Kelly. Number 5, I would definitely go with Bakram. And the reason why I would say Bakram number 5 is, number 1, Bakram is the champion, but Boots is ranked number 5 with the IBF behind Callum Walsh and Josh Kelly. Again, number 1 and 2 are vacant. So they would have to move Boots all the way up to number 1, which they could do at the drop of a dime to make that Bakram fight. So just looking at the rankings for today, I don't see the Bachram fight happening. Then, you want to throw out there Charlo. At this point in time in Charlo's career, it's not a big fight. It'll be an interesting fight for sure, but I'll put that as actually number 6 on the list. Charlo doesn't have any belt. It's been very inactive. I believe his last fight was against Canelo, a couple years ago. So I will definitely say Charlo's last on the list. So my list again is Ortiz, Abbas, Lubin if he beats Ortiz, Xander Zayas, Bachram, then Charlo. So hopefully Ortiz steps up, signs his part of the contract if he gets past Lubin. Looking forward to that fight. If Lubin wins that fight, even if Lubin wins, I think Boots will fight Abbas before Lubin because Abbas has the regular championship belt for the WBA. If Lubin wins, he would just have the interim. So if Boots want to go for one of those belts, if Ortiz falls apart, doesn't beat Lubin, or chooses to go in a different direction, I would say Abbas is probably the next best option because Boots can grab a belt. Not an interim, but an actual belt. So again, Ortiz, Abbas, Lubin. If Lubin beats Ortiz, Xander, Bachram, and bringing up the rear, I would definitely say Charlo. I wouldn't count out the Charlo fight, but I think for it to be a bigger fight, Charlo needs to be in contention for a belt to build on that fight. That's just my opinion. But we'll see how it all plays out. But again, these are the rankings. And to me, Ortiz and Abbas are 1 and 2. If Ortiz lose, I would definitely say Abbas will be number 1 and Lubin will be number 2. I think Boots will go for the belt, not an interim. So with that being said, y'all, until next time, take care of yourself and remember your health is your wealth. Peace.